what's up? Excuse me, I'm still very sick. But I'm here to do a concert review that I went to last night. You know I'm sick. Still went to it, so if I sound like shit, I'm sorry. But the show I went to was Meshuggah, Animals as Leaders, and Intronaut at the Silver Spring, in Silver Spring, Maryland. That's Fillmore. I've never been there, so that was a new experience. It's a very nice venue, a venue that, any of you that follow this channel will see more reviews from in the coming future. So I was definitely excited to be there. It's a nice venue, one that I definitely would like to return to many more times in the future. But yeah, let's just dive right into it. I haven't seen any of these bands live ever, so this is like a completely brand new experience to me. And excuse me. First band was Intronaut, and I love this band, especially the Valley of Smoke album. This band they are absolutely incredible and mesmerizing to listen to, and they definitely translated that into their live performance. So I was just in awe at their live performance. It was absolutely incredible to watch. I was kind of up front for them in a way, not fully up front, but I was up there, and man, they were flawless live, and they had some of the coolest lights and best sound from any opening band that I think I've ever seen in my life. Their lights were just so amazing. They had these like strange spacey type things going on at times, and then their sound was just flawless. Like, you could usually bands like split the left and right guitar into the speakers and all that stuff, but they didn't really do that, and I think that's what made them so much better, because I could hear the guitarist all the way on the left of the stage perfect. Same with his vocals, same with any lead work he did. And one thing I love about Intronaut is how they use their bass. Their bassist has an insane amount of talent, and I just love how this band, at times, each member is doing something completely different, and they just make beautiful music that just seems kind of like free. It's very flowing, and it very flowing. It flows well and all that stuff. They played 2 new songs. I think they played Milk Leg and The Welding, and they played one song off of Valley of Smoke. I forget which one though. And the other ones I didn't know, but I definitely need to check out the rest of this band's material. And hearing the new songs live just makes me so much more excited for their new album coming out March 19th. They were just incredible. They didn't really talk that much to the crowd or anything, but they definitely let their music speak. And they were just absolutely mesmerizing to watch. They were so beautiful and had great sound and light. So Intronaut killed it. And Animals as Leaders was next, and they set up so quickly, probably because they only have 3 members, but they were on like that, and I was like, shit. And I have to say, they put on an amazing performance as well. Watching Tosin Abasi play is just amazing to see. He's so amazing to watch. Just his tapping, doing his wicked solos, or anything like that. And I mean, the other 2 members, the other guitarist and the drummer, I didn't know how much talent they have too. They are excuse me, I'm sorry. This band is one incredibly talented band, through the roof with talent. All 3 of these bands are, but Animals as Leaders, they just killed it. They had an excellent balance between their new album Weightless and their self-titled debut. And when they played CAFO, that place, the venue just went insane. The crowd went insane. They really had people into it, and which was kind of somewhat surprising to me. I thought people would be more, Animals as Leaders is more of a watch in all type of band. That's what I did. But there was a lot of people that really did get into it. There was some pits and all that stuff. So I didn't see that coming. But they put in an amazing performance. You can tell they all just give it. All three members just give them their all. And it was kind of a hometown show for them because they're from DC. So, and Silver Spring is not very far from DC at all. It's kind of between Baltimore and Washington, DC, if anybody has been there. Beautiful city, but I'm getting off track now. But yeah, Animals as Leaders just killed it. Definitely a band that I feel I can appreciate them more live than on record. Not saying that listening to their records is bad, you know, they're amazing, but they're so much better live, and they just completely killed it. Like, some of the moments, some of the riffs that they have, when you listen to it on the album, you're like, damn, that's awesome, but then you hear it live, and you're like, shit, dude, like, I didn't realize how, how amazing that riff is, or anything, or something like that. So, Animals as Leader killed it. If any of you don't know this band or haven't seen this band live, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend seeing all three of these bands live, but Animals as Leaders was definitely an amazing performance. And next was Meshuggah. I really, really wanted to go see Meshuggah's first leg of this tour with Baroness and Decapitated, but the tickets at the most local date to me were very expensive, and I skipped on it. I shouldn't have, but I wanted to see that show, and so I was very excited to see Meshuggah for the first time. Meshuggah is definitely a band over the past year that has just very, very much grown on me. So they came on, and I have to say their intro was probably one of the most eerie and just jaw-dropping intros I've ever seen. All they had is these white lights flashing, and they kept flashing and all this stuff, and then each band member just kind of like, almost like they just appeared out of thin air. It was very, very cool. I was like, damn, like there wasn't really any like sound to the intro. I was like, wow, that is a very, very interesting intro to watch. And they played, the first 5 songs they played were off of their new album Kolos. I thought songs like I Am Colossus, Do Not Look Down, and Swarm were just incredible live songs to hear live. Like, I completely enjoyed those songs. They played older shit as well, like Bleed. They played the oh shit, In Death, I think, 2 parts off of Catch 33. They played that. Shit, what else did they play? I forget. But they ended with Dancers of a Discord System, I believe. I could have got that wrong, and I know Meshuggah fans are going to take a shit all over me, even though I'm saying how amazing live they are, because people aren't allowed to listen to Meshuggah. But they had a good set. There's 2 songs that I wish they would have played. It's obviously Future Breed Machine and Rational Gaze, or shit, what is it? Glints Collide off of Nothing. I love that song. Or Stenga or something like that. But overall their set was very exciting. It was very engaging. It was very nice to watch, and they sounded phenomenal. However, I would say the only part about their set that I didn't like is that they were kind of quiet. They could have been much more louder, and I'm going to say this: when you listen to a Meshuggah record, whether you're driving or you're playing it on your stereo at home or something, you had that bitch cranked up, like, almost full blast, and it is just loud. It is completely just making love to your ears, you know? And that, the guitar tone, and the overall sound, and the ballsiness and thickness of Meshuggah's sound just hits you, and you're like, fuck, dude, like, wow, it's incredible. But when it's kind of quiet, you know, you're not into it as much, maybe. I know that's what happens to me sometimes. I wish they would have just been a hair more louder, so the overall sound that they have just really hits you in the face and doesn't stop, you know, beating you. That's the only thing that I wish they would have done. But overall, their performance was incredible. For the first few dates of this tour, the vocalist, Jens, I believe his name is, I don't fucking know, sorry, but he's been sick with the flu, so they've had like a cardboard cutout of him on stage, and he performed though. He performed when I saw him, and he kept saying like, man, I sound like shit, I'm trying my best, and it's just not working, I don't want to fuck this up, I'm sorry, I'm sick, and all this stuff. But I thought he sounded great. He sounded like exactly like he does on the studio albums. I honestly thought he sounded phenomenal. I don't know where the hell he's getting this from. I guess he felt that he could have been more aggressive and a lot better. At times, though, you could tell that he was sick, he wasn't able to do certain things, but overall, he did sound very great. So I give him props for coming out there when he's not feeling 100% and really giving it 100%. So I give him props. But he did a phenomenal job. When they played New Millennium Cyanide Christ, that's what they fucking played that I was thinking of. When they played that, Sasha from Intronaut came out and sang that song, and it was he did a good job, and he sounded great and all that stuff, but you could tell he fucked up like a good 2 or 3 times, and he would just like have this huge smile on his face. He'd be laughing and stick the mic in the crowd's face and all this stuff. But that was very entertaining to watch. Overall, Meshuggah just killed it. They when it comes to the music department with the guitars and everything, they're pitch perfect. They're insane. They put on a very intense show, and I like how they still played the leads. There's like eerie ambient leads that they have in the studio albums. They still played it, and they still sounded full at the same time. And just how they translate this insanely complex musicianship from the studio live is just, it's mind-blowing. It's like, wow, how do you do that, you know? Overall, Meshuggah really killed it. So if go to this tour, see Meshuggah live in the future or anything like that. If I have to pick a band that was my favorite though, in all honesty, it would be Intronaut. I was just floored by them. I know a lot of Meshuggah and Animals and Sleaters fans are going to be like, what the fuck, dude? But Intronaut really killed it to me. They all did, don't get me wrong. So yeah, go to this tour, support all these bands, they're incredible. I'm going to go. Sorry that I sound like shit and I might have just been rambling on. So yeah, thanks for the love and support. Album reviews coming soon. The next concert review will be exactly 1 month from today at the Fillmore in Silver Spring. So keep an eye out for that. So thanks for all the love and support. We love you back. Later.